This is the crossing of the staffs, which means that anybody that is not an officer above may come up to the podium.
SHALAM, which means to Israel. Imagine, which means to rise. We come with Akadam. We turn the face to east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Sabbath Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Melakaka, Daba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, the Thun, the Now, the Come, Call, you wrong. What's a lock now?
What's the lock now?
Come walking now.
Come walking now.
Come slacking now.
What's the lock now?
Come walking now.
Come walking now.
Wala Tabiya now.
Tabiya now.
Bonus side one.
Bonus side one.
Above. How a shine now.
How a shine now.
My young. Right. Kaya. Look up. I'm a locker. Wala Rajapar. Lawalayam. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our
Father,
which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Now, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Babakashah. The Thunder. Akak. Lava Klamakallah. Call Madawa. Akak. Latahar. Amatazarayim. Akak. La'akim. Amakim. Akak. Arakawah. Tama'ala. The Garsham. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa'aman. Prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahushua? Why Yaka'ala? Why Lahayim? Matazabia. Allah Yahanna. Hazarayim.
Hazarayim.
Hakatazayayim.
Hakatazayayim.
Hakayayayim.
Hakayayim.
Wahakwatiyim.
Wahakwatiyim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
Duwad Amun.
Duwad Amun. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless ye Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Ahariya.
Al-Ahariya.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariya.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Samayam.
Samayam.
Wa'ratza.
Wa'ratza.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Wagalka.
Wagalka.
Ayanabum.
Ayanabum.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Nana.
Nana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanabum.
Yanabum.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashun.
Yayashun.
Shawamor.
Shawamor.
That's what Allah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
That's a mark.
Yashmarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazaka.
Tazalka. Tazalka.
Ayat.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Boyala.
Boyala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Samarka.
Samarka.
Makar.
Makar.
Rai.
Rai.
That's a mark.
Yashamar.
Aflapaska.
Alapaska.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Samar.
Samar.
Azwa'aka.
Hazawaka.
Uwa'aka.
Wabawaka.
Ma'aita.
Ma'aita.
Wine.
Ma'aita.
Awalum.
Awalum. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill.
I lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Is thy keeper.
Is thy keeper.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shall preserve thee from all evil.
Shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall
preserve thy soul.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shall preserve thy going out.
Shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam.
Al-Hayam.
Al-Damiyah.
Al-Damiyah.
Lekat.
Lekat.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's a quat.
That's a squat.
Oh.
Oh.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Hayna.
Hanah.
Abiyabaka.
Abiyabaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The one.
Yawan.
Ras.
Ra'as.
I-Amaka.
I-Amaka.
Yahweh.
Yahshiyamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wa'itizawa.
Yahitizawa.
Ya'itizawa.
Yahitizawa.
Atizabawanika.
Ahitazabawanika.
Amaru.
Amaru.
Lakaru.
Lakawi.
Walakidam.
Walakidam.
Magolia.
Magolia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
That's a call.
Yazakal.
Sham.
Sham.
That's Ra'ala.
Yasha'alam.
Aywada.
Aywada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ya'itizawa.
Yahitizawa.
Ba.
Laba.
Yakabu.
Yakabu.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Boyak.
Baryak.
Yakarafu.
Yakarafwa.
Alahayu.
Ala'ayim.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Wa'ashamad.
Wajmai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Awa'abu.
Wa'abu.
Wa'agari.
Wa'agari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wamawan.
Wamawan.
Wamalak.
Wamalak.
Alasha.
Alasha. Ayin.
Ishabia.
Ishabia.
Tazawur.
Tazawur.
Gam.
Gam.
Ashwur.
Ashazur.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Nazarai.
Zarawad.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Selah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kumadia. Kamadian,
Kasih Yasara,
Kasa Yasara,
Kejadu,
Kayabian,
Berdoa,
Barakaol,
Kayash,
Kayash,
Selagi, Washwan,
Yashawan,
Nasamadu,
Nashamadu,
Bayan the Oro,
Ba'ayin Abara,
Hayowa,
Hayawa,
the Mum,
the Mun,
La Damu,
La Dama,
Leah Thumwood,
Shayathambo,
Nada,
Nara,
Yamadu,
Yabawu,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakazabu,
Wakazabu,
Wakazabat,
Wakazabat,
Wakazazol,
Wakazazal,
Anad,
Renai,
Call,
Call,
that's a Thumwood,
Nasayakambo,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amadu,
Amaru,
Nasarash,
Mayor Rashad,
Naya Rashad, Nalawa,
Nalawat,
Nalawa, Nalawa,
Nalawat,
Alhayam,
Alahayam,
Alhayam, Alhayam,
Alahayam,
Thumwood,
Shayathambo, Kagogo, Kakwash, Lapanya,
Waka,
Wawaka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Dara Yaru,
Tabaira,
Wakala Abba,
Wakalahaba,
Nalaha,
Talaha,
Aryam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Dawadatma,
Daradama,
Wasarika,
Wasairika,
Wasabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapaka,
Wapaka,
Dawalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panjaham,
Panyaham,
Alawan,
Walawan,
Wayabashwa,
Wayabashwa,
Suka,
Shumka,
Yahu,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabaw,
Wayabahal,
Ayat,
oh yeah,
Wagabaru,
Wayabahal,
Abadu,
Wayabahal,
Wayadayu,
Wayadaiwa,
Yeah,
Yah,
Suka,
Shumka,
Yahu,
Yahweh,
Labaku,
Labaka,
Ayuwan,
Ayawan,
Al, Call,
Call,
Rataza,
Rataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O my power.
And be not still, O my power.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab. And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. A sword also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Say Lot. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like thee. Yea. All their princes. As Zeba. And as Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High,
art the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Wherever the curse is in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
right now.
to evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen.
that speak against us thy prophets,
That speak against us thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the school.
and evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure
and shake loose the treasure
of the rich of Israel,
of the rich of Israel,
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the Edomite,
to the Edomite,
and the nations,
and the nations,
and their drug dealers,
and the drug dealers,
the court system,
the court system,
the prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of my enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek, synagogues, and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinhead, Posse Comitazi,
Posse Comitazi,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people,
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop us,
that seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen,
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us from broadcasting your words
Or-
throughout the planet Earth.
or to try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro through the earth,
cause them to go to and fro through the earth,
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague take the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahweh,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael, and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucer,
come down with the flying saucer,
and punish all the heathen
and punish all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known
Cause it to be known
by all
by all
that is the angels that have done it.
that is the angel that has done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means to turn. Shavia, which means to be seated. Samuel, 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 25 in the Hebrew. You get that in your blue letter Bible. First Samuel, chapter 10, verse 1, verse 5. 25, slightly. Why the boy? Some of all. Ah. That's a part. I'm on the car. Where the dog? Where's the paw? Where you not? Napanayu. Yahweh. Where's the lot? Where's Sanat? Napanayu. Yahweh. Where's the lot? Some of you all. Call. Ayash. Atur. Call. Haim. Ayash. Labaya. Labaya Dawu. Verse 26. Bugam. Sawal. Sawala. It's okay, slightly. I get mixed up when we connected. Sawala. Sawala. Allah. Labaya.
This is why. Appreciate you.
Labaya Dawu. Gaba Aita. Well, la call. Imawu. Kayo, Ashar, God, Al-Hayam, Alabama, verse 27, Wabanayu, but Balayatna, Balayao, Amurawu, Amaru, Ma, Asha'ayunu, Za, Wayabazahabu, Wala, Habayahabu, Lawa, Malaka, Wayahaya, Kamaka, Wayahwa, I mean, yeah, Kama, Kawayash, Ha, First Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. Wayah, Nakash, Ha'ai, Mai, Wayanawu, Wayakan, Ab, Yabash, Galaad, Wayah, Amorai, Awu, Oh, Anashayu, Yabayash, Oh, Nakash, no, it's not. Nakash, Nakash, Rock, Nanawu, Wabaya, Wanai, Badana, verse 2. Wayamor, Alayam, Nakash, Ha'ai, Mawiyanawu, Mazah, Akarat, Akam, Banakuwar, Become, Call, Ayawan, Ayan. Yamayan. Usama Yata. Number 5. Oh. Oh. That's what I look. Is that doing nothing? Got 2 more? Verse 3. Waya Amaru. Ali Yalu. That's Zakanawa. Yabayash. Arafat. Lanawa. Lanawa. Slaki. Saba'ayi. Yabayam. Wanasha Yalaka. Wala Ayakam. Recall. Number 1. Gabawar Salaki. That's where I was. Lam. Ayan. Number 2. You study, you know what I'm saying? The Hebrew letters, like everything they're gonna get familiar to. Especially if you know a brother's name. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, man, it don't sound right. Hey, that's Gabawar. You know what I'm saying? I know Gabawar from Oklahoma. Gabawar recall. You know what I'm saying? This is your name might show up in here. Like, you know, like my name is Kwame. Right. You might see that. You know what I'm saying? You might see your name in here, man. Staying consistent is the key. You know what I'm saying? If you miss a couple of weeks, you might forget something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This ain't no easy walk in the park. This ain't like learning ABCs. You know what I'm saying? This is our natural English, man. But you can do it, man, by studying it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Straight up. You got all the answers and the keys right there. Lots of one dots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mama said, I don't know. Why else is I now? Aliyan, or score. Why Alpha? Amala Kayum. Kala Aiko. Sawo. Sawo. Maybe. Sawa. Where the Baran? I had to borrow. I remember young. Naya. Iron. Where's the aqua? Paul. Iron. I thought. For the woman. Where the quality. In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 25 in the Hebrew. It's like in the English. Then Samuel told the people the manner of the kingdom, and wrote it in a book, and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. Verse 26. And Saul also went home to Gibeon, and there went with him a band of men, whose hearts God hath touched. Verse 27. But the children of Baal said, Belial said, how shall this man save us? If I could, sir. Because you already wrote down how when it comes to like Belial or Belial, it's a wicked spirit behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's men that forsook their oath and decided to, do wickedly. Men that serve that at one point served the Lord, but decided to go and serve other gods. That's why they're the children of Belial. Because they serve that God. That God is now their father.
Right.
Instead of the God of the children of Israel, instead of that being their father. They don't follow his ways anymore.
Right.
So,
just out of curiosity, so the term, or the biblical term Belial,
mm-hmm.
basically it is for other, like you're saying, other God worshipers. So is that like a whole word you could say outside of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? Like, these are like Belial worshipers. Like, is it safe? I'm trying to get like the total understanding of that word and how to use it and everything. So that's what I'm asking.
So, like, whenever the scriptures are referring to somebody, like, if they have Baal in their name, like Baal, Baalim, Belial, things like that, that's just to signify for the readers to know that these men, at one point, they served the Lord, but now, they're serving other gods. They're now, false prophets.
Right. Good, sir. Mm-hmm. This is one scripture in the Bible where how we would give our sons up to Baal. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find a scripture for you after class. But, how we would give our like it's a false god. You know what I'm saying? We would give our sons and daughters to fake false god. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna find it for you, man. It's a heavy scripture, man. That's how. And then when my dad brought it out, how that's how we look at anybody. Because I only knew about that scripture, and he brought it out like that's how we look at, anybody that's not serving the Most High God, worshiping all the gods. I don't know it was for all. It's another scripture. But he was saying like anytime you see that, I mean they all just sinning against the Most High God. So.
Okay, so like the Belial and the Gentiles are not the same.
No, so and just
see what I'm saying?
just to correct you real quick. At least from what I heard from GEN.YAHANNA, like if they have, you know, Baal in some form in their name, it's men who took an oath to serve the Lord, and they forsook that oath and are now serving other gods. It's not just anybody, you know. That's in the world. It's specifically men who took an oath to serve the Lord and, you know, turn their backs on that oath.
So did the Gentiles not do the same?
But the difference is, like for us, we're supposed to be priests and prophets. Like we took an oath to serve the Lord. We got oil poured on our heads, just like the men before time did. But the difference between us and them is that we haven't forsaken that oath that we made to the Lord. Like, but to make like a modern day comparison, fake Israelites, like they took an oath to serve the Lord, but yet they broke off. They made their own groups. They're you know, have their own doctrine. Really, they serve other gods. So that'd be like a better example as compared to, you know, trying to compare to somebody like just a regular, you know, civilian in the world. Like not everybody here has made an oath. It's like not here, but everyone outside of the I.S.U.P.K, not everybody has made an oath to serve the Lord. Not everyone got that wool put on their head. Not everyone became a trooper, or became a sister, became an officer, a captain. Not everybody out there is like us. Like that's where the difference is. You know, help you understand more.
Yeah. We got more in-depth questions, but I'll.
No sweat. Really. What you have more to say?
Lots. Make sure you ask some questions, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm curious.
That's more.
I need specifics to understand what is the specific difference between the Gentiles that were once Israel and then now they're on the outside, but I guess they can still be saved compared to the belly of.
But
I guess they can't be.
The difference is not everybody that is a Gentile is making an oath to serve the Lord. Like you can be born a Gentile. All of us in here at one point, we were Gentiles. We were born into that life. We were born worshiping white Jesus or worshiping that rock over there in the desert. We was born celebrating Christmas and Easter, going to church. Like we was born into that life, eating pork, all of that. That's, you know, but the difference between that and these men is these men, they knew the truth and they took an oath to the Lord that they would much rather die than to turn their back on what it is that the Lord has given us.
Right.
But we didn't get to take that oath though. We was born, you know, like our oppressor. We was born like the Moabites or the Amorites. We was born like them. Like that's the difference.
That's why your salvation is from out of you, born into, let's just say it. You're born into it, the Gentile lifestyle, and then as you awaken, or as you serve the Lord more as a sole purpose, then that's when you become a PK.
Like right now, you consider American. That's all it's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's talking about,
you know what I'm
saying? Yeah. You just consider a Gentile in that time frame. This was back in Rome. You know what I'm saying? Some of the scriptures, but we were talking about Gentile because you was in Rome at the time. It's like now you would be considered an American than a Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. That's all the Bible's talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Verse 25. Then Samuel told the people, verse 26, and Saul also went home to Gideon, and there went with him a band of men whose heart God hath touched. Verse 27. But the children of Baal said, how shall this man save us? It's like that sounds like a, you know what I'm saying? That's a brother in school. They offended by the brother. They hate on the brother, really. Man, how can this man save us? Right. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what they're saying. Now it makes sense. Because how you broke it down, sir. And they despised him. They looked down on that brother. And brought him no presents, but he held his peace. Chapter 11, verse 1. Then Nashah, the Amite, came up and encamped against Jabagali, and all the men of Jabash said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee. Verse 2. Nahash, the Ammonite, answered them, on this condition will I make a covenant with you, that I may thrust out all your right eyes, and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel. Verse 3. And the elders of Jabash said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coasts of Israel, and then, if there be no man to save us, we will come out to thee. Verse 4. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people, and all the people lifted up their voice and wept. Verse 5. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field, and Saul said,
like alien.
what aileth the people that they weep? And they told him the tidings of men of Jabash. Verse 6. And they come to Saul, sir.
Because previously, we went over last Sabbath service, Samuel let it be known who the king was going to be. And so they already know Saul, like they already know he was chosen.
Yo, I missed that one out of one. So I thought, so sloppy. Damn. So who was Samuel, sir? I know he was chosen.
He was the priest, and he was a priest and prophet at that time. But he was like the man. He's like commanding GEN.YAHANNA. He was the man that was appointed as being the head over, the nation, over the area. Go ahead.
Like, if I may, so technically he's the heir at the moment of that civilization, and of course, like you said, haters. That's who this rock here. Not Saul, but it was another guy. Is it Nahash?
But so Nahash, he was a heathen that was
hating on me, but I'm saying about no presence. It's not basically like how a person, like I'll get Isupk to hate on you because you're the new heir, you're Saul. I'll talk against you to them to make them not like you as well. It's what I'm kind of thinking is going on.
Are you asking that's what Nahash is doing?
Yeah, is that what Nahash is doing? Where he said they're coming for Saul.
No, so the people came to Saul because they're letting him know how these heathens were sieging the city. And the heathen let him know, like, I'll let y'all live if you give me all your right eyes. You gotta let me take your right eye, like, yeah, stab it out, pluck it out, whatever method they wanted to do. And the people said, well, you give us this set amount of time, and if nobody out of the coast of Israel come to save us, then we'll make a covenant with you. You can take our eye and you can rule over us. But they went to Saul because they already knew he was the man. Like he was the man that was appointed to lead this nation.
Damn right.
I'm trying to understand. I don't mean that.
No, you too love.
Right. Verse 6. I could, sir. I'm gonna give a few the Regis book. Like, you got all the people that say I read this book and I was locked up. I read it from back to back. front to cover, and you can't understand it unless you get taught. I ain't gonna act like I know God. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I know everything. I haven't read this book that he's breaking out right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to get understanding too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, right. All I know is it's heavy. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair to say, if you don't get out of the pressure's mindset of reading and understanding terminology, you won't ever get it. You just stay lost and blind until you get that teaching from maybe GEN.YAHANNA and I.S.U.P.K to actually understand. Because I didn't know shit. I was dumb as hell, thought I was staying on something. So I've been there. Been at Christians off, staying on something. Just like how we plays at camp. I've been that person where y'all plays on me. Oh, the Lord said, you know, love us all, save us all. You can't tell me nothing different. Right. Do you understand what world means? And actually understand, like I've been talking many times with my rise, do you understand that you're gonna is it fair to say innocently blind or no? Could I say that? Like you innocently don't know. That's what I'm talking about the Gentiles stuff. They honestly just don't know. They're just going into that captivity, that lifestyle. They're just going with the flow of life. They don't know until they are let's just say, just fished out of I told you I'm heading to the captain fishing, so it's like fished out and fully awakened to what the world is. Correct? It's trying to understand, man. Like I said, it's a lot harder. I want to make sure that I put my 100% effort into this. So I want to make sure I understand all of it. I want to slip up and say nothing foul or out of the way or give us. We have to prove all things. I don't want to say anything that's going to make it seem like my statements to anybody who's trying to wait or even when I'm late. I don't want that to be in question.
And the best way for you to get any doubt of out of your mind is keep coming to class. Show up when you can, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any online classes. That's the best way to get any doubt out of your mind. Best way to get stronger in your spirit, stronger in these scriptures and your understanding is you gotta come to class. Like doctors don't get to where they are by
busting out
bullshit. So, it's like in my language. But they gotta study. They gotta be hands-on. They gotta be able to answer questions. They gotta be able to do all these things to show that they understand what they're talking about. Like the scriptures already let you know, study thyself, study to show thyself approved. Paraphrasing, of course. But that's how you're gonna, feel more confident in yourself when you come into the school. Go ahead, make a quick comment.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. Like it seems like because like you the trooper, don't be like of course you're not gonna know all these things. You know what I'm saying? Them purple cats, hey, their leader was an officer of 50 when they left the school. Look at the school now today. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna learn all that stuff that quick. Do time and do diligent, and like you said, study yourself to show yourself how to prove you're gonna learn all these things. It's not gonna exactly that's key right there. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever in the past, no regrets. You still here.
Right.
You still got breath in your life to do this will. Right. And that's all that matters. You still here.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't give a damn if you was 60 years goddamn old. Right. You know what I'm saying? You still here in class. That's all that matters to me.
Right.
Yeah. And
I hear you.
Verse 6. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard those tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. Verse 7. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the coast of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying, whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out with one consent. Verse 8. And when he numbered them in Bazak, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. Verse 9. And they said unto the messengers that came, thus shall ye say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead, tomorrow By that time the sun will be hot, ye shall have help. And the messengers came and showed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. Verse 10. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seems good unto you. Verse 11. And it was so on the morrow that Saul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day. And it came to pass that they were scattered, so that 2 of the men, 2 of them were not left together. Verse 12. And the people said unto Samuel, who is he that says, shall Saul reign over us? Bring me men, that we may put them to death. Verse 13.
And that's why like it's always so ridiculous when fake Israelites and Christians say they aren't going to follow no man. Like we've always followed men. Like, that's there's always been one man to lead our nation. So much so that Saul let it be known, like whoever it is that came up and questioned my rulership over this nation, bring them forward so that I can put them to death. Like that's how it is that we operate. That's why we can rightfully follow commanding GEN.YAHANNA, because he was given the authority over this nation by the 7 heads. And they was given authority over this nation by Abba Bivens. You understand it? And ultimately, that authority was passed down from Christ, our King. Like that's why it's just so ridiculous when Christians want to, say, oh, they ain't going to follow no man, or try to bash brothers and sisters in the school for following commanding GEN.YAHANNA. Really, they just want to say that so they can be the man, so they can be like Saul and end up destroying our nation. Did you have something you want to say or ask?
This is ain't a lot. I'll question that quickly. So some I was looking at the scriptures, starting off, as you talk, as you read, it's like, as you read, like for me, as I'm like thinking, trying to learn as you read, kind of reading like fast, kind of like when we go through the prayers, it's kind of hard for me to keep up and even get that understanding. Mm-hmm. So as I'm trying to picture this time and setting as he reads and stuff, my question was about the 144,000, but I'm hearing like 300,000. But I remember you said like this is back in that time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the
these were men that were gathered for war against the Ammonites.
Correct.
Say it again.
It wasn't the prophecy.
No. This is what was happening at that time. They gathered 300,000 men out of all of Israel, and then 30,000 of them was of the tribe of Judah.
Count. That's why I got thrown off. I thought that number was just period throughout the whole.
No.
Come to class.
You're right. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And Saul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day. For today the Lord has wrought salvation in Israel.
Go ahead.
Man, that's crazy, because when I first came to the truth, I don't know if I think I told everybody, man. The brother that got the sword,
Mm-hmm.
he told me that. He's like, hey, man, you're not going to die this day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that was just heavy, bro. That's what it was told to me. Mm-hmm. So I used to say, man, like, before I die, man, I'm going to come in this truth. And he was like, man, hey, you ain't going to die this day.
Right.
Right. If I could add on to that, with my current situation and everything, stuff that's going on, even when I feel like my own life is out of my hands, I would like to say it was the Most High, or it might be that mind frame that I know where to be and I know where to come to when life is really messing me up, because of course I should be home. You know what I mean? So me even having the fear over my spirit, and I will be honest with all my brothers, Yeah, I didn't know. I think I told you or it might be outside, but I felt like I was getting ready to die. I feel like that there's a serious death-defying threat on my spirit, and I don't know where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, man, the only thing I can do was, not to sound like a kid or anything, but the only thing I knew to do was to run home. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm even here, because my spirit feels threatened. I don't know where it's coming from, and I feel like I might die. Mm-hmm. Regardless of me, I mean, regardless of me shooting or doing anything, I literally feel that my spirit is out of control. It's just dangling in front of death, just waiting. Mm-hmm. When they gonna pull that ticket, they've been in the kitchen pulling orders and shit, cooking, pull that ticket, get that order done. I mean, like I feel like my time is almost up, and my spirit is fearful because I don't want that. If it ain't gonna be at the hands of the Most High, or at least honorable by the priest and prophet, I'll take a Gadite sword to the I'll get a righteous death, man, compared to the drug dealers. I mean, our prison court system. Right. I'd rather, my spirit is in mourning due to burdens, demons, the opening of my spirit in the wrong direction. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really what I want just to add on what you're saying. I actually feel that myself, and I don't want to die today. I feel like the Lord has shown me mercies where I'm even able to be in class. Right. I'm able to talk to the about getting farm in the parking lot and get brotherhood. I'm able to talk to you and get brotherhood. I mean, maybe, the Lord is giving me my last little leaves of the cabbage, like we're going to see. It just might be at the end of that course where that is your destiny compared to salvation.
And you feel like that because you already know from previous experiences that if you leave here, you're going to die. Like at one point before you found the truth, maybe you was just a drug addict or a drug dealer. Maybe you was just a stick-up man, and you was getting by, just by doing that. Your life wasn't really in danger. You didn't really, go out and do the most, heinous of things. But when you come in here and learn the truth and you leave, well, you're going to go from just being a drug dealer or a drug addict to being homeless. And you're going to go from, being someone who was set in life, like now you're not going to have a home. You're going to be looking to suck on someone's penis, be able to get the drugs that you need. You're going to be shot in the streets. You're going to be incarcerated and be stabbed up by somebody up in there until you bleed out. Like, you already know, like death was coming for you. But in order to avoid that death, you ended up coming back in here and trying to get yourself right, trying to serve the Lord. Make it quick.
Come. But will I be, not will I, because I think it's unfair to ask you, but is it fair to say that I am not safe because, like, had been raped several times? Forgiveness, it's veiny.
None of us are safe. None of us are safe. Any of us could die because we were all wicked when we were in the world. We're just fighting to get mercy from the Lord, fighting to live another day. That's what we're doing in here, and fighting for our people to be able to live another day. Like, that's why it is that we go out and teach brothers and sisters and bring them into this school so that they can get mercy from the Lord, so that they can see another day of life and to make right their transgressions that they have committed throughout their disgusting lives in this world. Go ahead with the scriptures, go, Sean.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna tell you like this, you ain't gonna die today. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this work and do the will of the Lord, you ain't gonna die today. And Saul told them people, and I was gonna stone. You know what I'm saying? That's my verse. But Samuel chapter 1, verse 14. Then said Samuel to the people, come and let us go to Gilgal, and renew the kingdom there. Verse 15. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord and Gilgal, and there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all men of Israel rejoiced greatly. Chapter 12, verse 1. And Samuel said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened unto your voice, and all that ye said unto me, and have made a king over you. Verse 2. And now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed, and behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Verse 3. Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken, or whom have I defrauded, whom have I oppressed, or of whose hand have I received any bribe to blind mine eyes therewith, and I will restore it you. Verse 4. And they said, Thus has not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken the ox of any man's hand. Verse 5. And he said unto them, The Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this. Witness that this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. Verse 6. And Samuel said unto the people, It is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your father up out of the land of Egypt. Verse 7. Now, therefore, stand still, that I may reason that with you before the Lord of all the righteous acts of the Lord, which he did to you and to your fathers. Verse 8. When Jacob was come into Egypt, and your fathers cried unto the Lord, then the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place. Verse 9. And when they forgat the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of Sarah, captains of the host of Hazan, and into the hands of the Philistines, and if I could, sir, come, and into the hands of the king of Moab, and they fought against him. Verse 10. And they cried unto the Lord, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord, and have served Balaam and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. Verse 11. And the Lord sent Zerubbabel, the Bedan, and Jephthah, and Samuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and ye dwell safe. Verse 12. And when ye saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king. Verse 13. Now therefore, behold, the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired, and behold, the Lord hath set a king over you. Verse 14. If ye will fear the Lord and serve him, and obey his voice, and not rebel against the commandments of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reign over you continue following the Lord your God. Verse 15. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandments of the Lord, then shall the hands of the Lord be against you, as it was against your fathers. Verse 16. Now therefore stand and see this great thing, which the Lord will do before your eyes. Verse 17. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunders and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, and asking you a king. Verse 18. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord. And Samuel, verse 19. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for the servant unto the Lord thy God, that we die not, for we have added unto us all our sins, this evil, to ask us a king. Verse 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. Verse 21. And turn ye not aside, for then shall ye go after vain things, which profit nor deliver, for they are vain. Verse 22. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it has pleased the Lord to make you his people. Verse 23. Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you, but I will teach you the God and right way. Verse 24. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider how great things he hath done for you. Verse 25. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king. Chapter 13, verse 1. Chapter 13, verse 1. Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, verse 2, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan and Gileon of Benjamin, and the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent. Verse 3. And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Gilgal. And the Philistine heard of it, and Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, let the Hebrews hear. Verse 4. And all the Hebrews heard say that Saul has smitten a garrison of the Philistines, and that is Israel also was had an abomination with the Philistines, and the people were called together after Saul, Gilgal. Verse 5. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand, and the sand which is on the seashore, and multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash eastward from Belaven. Verse 6. When the men of Israel saw that they were straight, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves and thicket, and in rocks, and in high places, and in pits.
All right, anybody have any questions? So I'll give him 1 minute. It's like just the men behind the podium. I.S.U.P.K, which means to stand. SHALAM, which means to Israel. I.S.U.P.K, which means to stand. GEN.YAHANNA. So if y'all know the command, just go ahead and do it on the Hebrew, which means turn and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakavka. Taba'ah. Matazayaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Baratazah. Kawur. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan. Lanawu. Lacham. Kor. Yawam. Basalakanawu. Babawatnawu. Hasalaknawu. Babawatnawu. Wala'ah. Tabayaynawu. Banasaya 1. Ball. I was shy now. Mayun. Rai. Kayah. Lakah. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. What the part. La'olamyam. Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. For the cock, for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Babakashah. Nathanahu. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Call Makalah. Wakal Marawah. Hakak. La Tahor. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. La Hakim. Hamakim. Hakak. Ar-Rapawah. The Tama'ala. The Garshan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Water Prayer for the blessings, or slightly the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahushua? Why Yaka'alu? Wala'ayim. Matazabu. Alawak Yahanna. Azraelim. I.S.U.P.K. Kwaki. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. In the English.
Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commanding General Yohanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asherah.
Asherah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
How are you?
How are you?
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yabah.
Yabah.
Azari.
Isaiah.
Azari.
Isaiah.
Ma'an.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemiyah.
Barakazah.
Aydan.
Aydan. Lamawat. Gagah.
Ayanawan.
Ayanawan.
Samar.
Shamar.
Anah.
Anah. La'ah.
Yanawan.
Yanawan. Wa'ah.
Yeshun.
Yeshun.
Shalomar.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Tazaka. Oh yeah. Shamika.
Yamamam. Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakika.
Yaka.
Wayirah.
Wa'irah.
Wa'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Samar.
Yashamarka.
Makal.
Makal.
Right. Samar.
Yashamar.
Akapashka.
Akapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Samar.
Yashamar.
Tazwaka.
Tazaka.
Wabaka.
Wabaka.
Ma'aika.
Ma'aika.
One.
Why?
Awulam.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes onto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayu.
Alahayu.
Al-Tamayat.
Al-Tamayat.
Nakat. Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Wa'al. Asupk. Oh. Kayah. Anah. Aliyabu. Yamu. Yawan. Rash. And Michael. Yariyamu. Zawada. Waizu. Atuba. Amaru. Ikalu. Anakidam. Bugari. Wala'a. That's a call. Shum. Ashwa'alu. Iwanu. Kaya. Naituwa. Gabat. Yakadu. Ayaku. Boya. Yakarafu. Ahoy. Alawam. Washamai. Alayam. Mawaabu. Wagori. Gabor. Wanuwa. Wamala. Palasha. Yeshabi. Tazawu. God. Ashawu. Nalawa. Aima. Nayawa. Zaruwa. Labunya. Lawat. Selah. Aisha. Nahum. Kamadi. Kasa Yasara. Kadabi. Banakao. Yashua. Nasamagu. Ainda Ayawa. The mum. Ladama. Yo. Yayatomu. Nada. Yamadwa. Kaira. Wakasabu. Wakasabat. Wakatazar. Menad. Koro. Nai Shakumba. Ashar. Amaru. Nasser Rashad. Lenawi. Nawa. Nayum. Alaya. Duncan. Gogo. The Planya. Yaru. Wakalabu. Dalaha. Arayum. The Padapa. Masarika. Wabasa. The Prophet. Nabalam. Malakah. Panyam. Walawan. Wasabashu. Shimka. Yahweh. Shabashu. Wayabawu. Ayat. Wadabar. Wayaawu. Wayadaru. Shimka. Yahweh. Zabaka. Ayawan.
Psalms 83 in the English. So, keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zeeb. Yea. All their princes. As Zeba. And as Almuna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high. Over all the earth. For the curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. The name of Yahweh. Listen to us now. Right now. To evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel that refused to give to the school.
Of the rich of Israel that refused to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
And evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinhead.
Skinhead.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marine.
Marine.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
Convince thy spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
Or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume them.
Through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
The Yahushua.
The Yahushua.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the flying saucer.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known.
By all.
By all.
That is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry. It's your turn. Going to be taking the scrolls to be saluted. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah. To start with the highest ranking man, which would be Trooper Tazabah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
Tazabah, if you could just stay there to walk the younger brothers through it, Lord Shah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
You got it. Most High Christ.
Yeah. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
Sabbath service. Salute to the brothers, men of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Salute to the sisters watching online, men of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Would anybody like to be anointed at this time?
Wow, sir.
Clap that up.